It's gone. It took it. Well, at least this guy helped rescue us. Yeah, sleep powder... That definitely does a number on humans. Well, even people like this knew who Team Snag'em were. North, okay. I guess that's our next lead. Right around here. The north side of Ecklo Canyon. We remember that as a location mentioned in Colosseum. And that's all the leads we have at this point. But if it is near Ecklo Canyon, it must be somewhere near their hideout. So we might be visiting another old Colosseum location, albeit one that was only visitable in Colosseum's post-game, for some stupid reason. Anyway, let's head out to there. I thought I might as well purify some Pokemon now that, well, we're not really going to be getting any more Shadow Pokemon for a while. And yeah, the people here actually do say different things now that the Snag Machine has been stolen. Unfortunately, they're not going to really do anything about it, it's all on us. The protagonist looks so weird without the Snag Machine on his arm. Anyway, though, I wanted to see if Jovi's here, because I want to see if we can actually try and help Chobin with that thing that he was talking about. I'm guessing no. Oh, that! Well, we saw it, but we're still working on that. Well, Jovi's here. Let's see what she's got to say. Well, that's all. We should probably not tell her where it ended up, otherwise, I don't know, she might try and steal it for herself and become the hero. Okay, I restocked my items quite a lot. Obviously, we don't need Pokeballs at this point in the game, but I bought a ton of Moo Milks. I now have 30. Just because we're about to be getting into a lot of fights, and in particular, when we go to this building that might have ties to Cypher, there is a pretty tough fight waiting for us right as we go in. In fact, I just want to get my team in order quickly. Let's see who I'll use for this one. Really, I want whoever has the best defenses out first, because this next fight actually hits pretty hard. You know what? I think I'll use Duskull for a very specific reason. So, let's go to this mysterious building. And we'll arrive at what is, in my opinion, one of the coolest locations in both games. I don't know, there's just something about this giant, like, technological pyramid that I just think looks really awesome. And hey, there's that guy, but Team Snag'em's here, so this is probably where we need to go. Might remember this guy from earlier in the game. He had a unique model, so many people guessed that he'd be important later, and, well, I'd say yes and no. He's kind of important, but really not all that much. I guess Gonzap is still operational. So, what does Team Snag want with Cypher? I dread to think of the possibilities. We really don't want Cypher getting the Snag Machine back. I always love this line. So, just like before, it's time for another purely NPC battle involving Zook. And this Team Snag member only has an oddish. This is going to go spectacularly well. Well, at least for Zook's ego, he's going to be the one dishing out the curb stomp battle this time. Okay, so Zangoose is male there. It was male back in Gate and Port, but there is something that might be kind of funny later, if it happens. Yes, you did. You are a terrible, terrible trainer. Yeah, Gonzap probably could have taken that guy, even with a Shadow Pokemon. Well, we know that Team Snag'em's at their hideout, so that's probably going to be our next destination. Except... he remembers us. This battle's been a long time coming. We owe him for back then. As annoying as Jovi is, yeah, you almost beat up the protagonist's sister, and our protagonist is not going to let you get away with that. Yeah, I remember that. How indeed. But enough about that. I believe you are the one who is going to be flattened. We finally get to battle this guy. He's using Zangoose and another Pokemon this time, a duo. Guess he didn't really feel the need to go all out against the Snag'em members. He's using a full team now, and it's actually quite a big one. So, welcome to the most annoying part of the game by far. Team Snag'em didn't steal our Auto Reader, so we know that's a Shadow Pokemon. But guess what? We can't snag it because we don't have the Snag Machine. So yeah, this is going to happen a couple of times. We're going to be seeing a few Shadow Pokemon that we simply can't get because, well, no Snag Machine. So, we have to knock out Zangoose here. Don't worry, it's not going to go to Miror B. You will get another chance when you do have your Snag Machine. Now what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go for a helping-handed Mach Punch. That Zangoose is brutal, and I want to get rid of it as quickly as possible. And I know that Doduo is going to peck Ricky into oblivion soon, so Ricky's not going to get a chance to get many attacks off. Well, a critical hit ought to do it. Guess I'll never know whether a non-crit would have done it or not. I get the feeling that maybe a helping hand boosted Mach Punch might have one-shotted that Zangoose. So... oh hey, something else that I can use Mach Punch on. I definitely won't need helping hand for that, though. I'm glad that Zangoose is gone, though. As you can see, though, that Doduo hits absurdly hard, and... question is, do I sacrifice Ricky to get rid of that Kavana with Mach Punch? Because I know that he's going to get pecked afterwards. And I don't think I'll be able to get the Confuse Ray in before the Doduo attacks. But Duskull really can't do very much at the moment. It can't hit that Doduo, period. In fact, I should probably work on that. I need to get Duskull some other moves. But, let's see, can I switch out here? I mean, I could just sacrifice Ricky and get rid of that Kavana, and... to be honest, that might be my best option. I feel bad for doing this, but... definitely don't need the Helping Hand boost to KO the Kavana, and I don't think its Rough Skin is going to KO Ricky, but the Peck definitely will. I will be getting the experience from the Kavana immediately after Lyra now has become a coward who doesn't want to fight. Yeah, definitely not enough. Yeah, but I'll level up anyway, so it's not like losing Ricky is that big of a deal. Oh, hey, Duskull level up too. One level closer to that very far-off evolution. 83 attack is nice, though. I really need to get you evolved. I still have that rare candy, actually. I should probably use it on... I get the feeling that I'll end up using it on, and I knew that was going to happen, on Lyra, because she's in a slow experience group, and I want to get Gardevoir as soon as possible, because Gardevoir is a huge step up from, alternatively, I could use the Red Candy on Fish Slayer. But I mean, Fish Slayer's still doing alright. Gardevoir's a pretty big step up over Curlier. Speaking of Curlier, let's go for Psychic on the Seviper, although I do remember that thing has Bite, and the last time I practiced this fight, I got hit by a double Bite combo from the Kavana and the Seviper, and Lyra went down before she could do anything. Let's hope things are different this time. I could Ice Beam the Doduo, but I want to make sure the Seviper is gone, because it actually hits pretty hard. And yeah, despite not technically being the Cypher Peon, this guy still gets the Cypher battle theme, which does make sense. Well, I know you're going to go down to Psychic now. Holy crap, Tri-Attack? I forgot you had that. Please don't hit Lyra. Well, that's probably going to one-shot anyway. Oh, no, it's not. Nice one. Alright, there's Poison Tail. Who's going to hit? Is he going to hit? I thought so. That means no level up for Fish Slayer. Oh, well. You do take a little bit of rough skin damage, though. And I guess I'll go for Orson. Someone else is going to get a lot better on Evolution. There are actually a lot of candidates for me to use the Rare Candy on. Did not intend that as a pun, but I probably shouldn't have said that, because I draw attention to it. People will be more likely to interpret it as a pun. But anyway, Seviper is down. That's good, because that thing's actually pretty powerful. Nice amount of experience, too. And nice level up there. Yeah, see, Curly's stats are not all that great all round. And Relicanth. This thing is actually surprisingly powerful, too. In practice, it did 50% damage to my Flareon, and, yeah, that was, kind of impressive, because Flareon is... Well, it does have a decent amount of... Actually, not a decent amount of HP, but... I don't know. Anyway. You took more from that than Kavana did. That's kind of strange. Might have been a low damage roll on the Kavana, though. How are you faster than Curlier? See, another reason why I want Gardevoir as soon as I can get it. Because, getting outsped by... something so frail getting outsped all the time is not good. Oh, I had a feeling that wouldn't be that strong. Well, let's see if I can get rid of the Doduo. Yeah, that's good. There goes the Doduo, which is at least the fastest thing here. But I think I have to switch Lyra out. Now, I'm not 100% sure on this, but I think this might be another battle that you are allowed to lose. Though again, don't quote me on that, I could be horribly wrong. But for some reason, it does feel that way. Water gun. Normally I'd use Fire Blast even though it was not very effective, because it would still probably be one of my better moves, but it is 4 times not very effective on this thing, so it's going to be doing terrible damage. Guess Bite is my best option here. And yeah, Metal Claw, I've tried Metal Claw on this thing. Return does about the same amount, so that's kind of sad. Yeah, Metal Claw is only 55 power, so when it's neutral, you don't want to be using it. Alright, here's that Rock Tomb I was talking about, and here is that 50% damage, approximately, that I was talking about. And Speed Drop, which is bad, because it means that I do have Quick... Doesn't matter, it's gone anyway. So like I said, this fight can be pretty tough, but I got a few levels out of it, which is good. I'm so glad this isn't like Fire Emblem Heroes, where you lose all of your level ups if you get defeated during a battle. I do like that mechanic in Heroes, though. It does add an element of, you can't just throw your characters away. So, for some reason, even though we won, we still can't get in here. Hi. That's pretty much as serious as he gets. Though we'll obviously be coming back later, seeing as that Zangoose didn't go to Mirror B, so you know that you'll be able to rematch that guy. And we have 2 big thugs here that we can't get past. Even though we have Pokemon with sleep moves and things like that, we're still blocked off from entry. So, nothing to do now other than leave and get an email. Oh no, please tell me that ONBS hasn't been invaded again. We'll see. Spoilers, it hasn't, obviously. Even this place's like map location looks really cool. I don't know, I just always like that place. Of course, I can't refer to it by its actual name since we aren't supposed to know its name yet, even though you might be able to deduce it from the dialogue earlier. Actually, I wanted to see if the fortune teller had anything new to say at this point in the game. Let's see. It's also kind of weird how she gets her own music. Okay. So she's basically saying it's a while before we get our Snag Machine back. So, like I said earlier, welcome to the most frustrating part of the game. They don't milk this that much, thankfully. There are only a couple of Shadow Pokemon we'll be seeing that we can't snag, but it is still very annoying. I also need to heal, but I'll do that after I go in here. Well, you're kind of right on the outfit, but, yeah. Just remember that you end up going back here quite a lot over the course of the game. Wait, left arm? Huh, that's interesting. I never actually knew that the protagonist throws their snag balls with their left arm. That's actually pretty awesome because I'm left-handed in real life and I like it when characters are left-handed in games. Anyway. Yeah, so this is kind of interesting. You can meet a Team Snagger member in the Pyrite jail cells, and he notices the Snag Machine. That's really what's supposed to happen plot-wise, but meeting him is optional. So if you didn't do that, it's not exactly known how Team Snagger saw it. Then again, you were on TV, I just realized. So maybe they saw it through there. But the email. Someone who fled from Cypher's base. Okay, so we've got someone who I guess we need to protect as a witness, because Cypher's probably going to go after them. But yeah, it could be a trap. So it's a good thing that we end up taking this, because we've got a pretty strong team. We can handle ourselves if it was a trap. This man is named Hordell. Funny thing is, in the Japanese version, he had a pretty normal name. His name was Danny in Japanese. Or Denny, I forget. But it's a pretty normal sounding name. But yes, the Outskirts stand, yet another returning location from Colosseum. That's back where Colosseum began, but here it's being visited kind of around the middle of the game. You know, I just realized something. I wish they kept Miror B's healing machine in here at least, because now I have to go all the way to the Colosseum if I want to heal. Okay, let's go. Time to go back to where it all began. I mean, we might find some leads on Team Snag'em here, because this is close to their hideout. Oh. Oh, this is actually kind of cool. This is if you've been playing the game perfectly, as in not missing any Shadow Pokemon, this is one of the few times where you'll get a radar message. I actually had forgotten about that. Because it is foreshadowing to something that's immediately about to happen. Yeah, good luck with that. It's been like over 20 years and Ash still hasn't done that. Yep, he's back. Why didn't he say play there? Anyway. So for the people who play this game and don't miss any Shadow Pokemon, thankfully, there is a second Force Miror B fight. So you get to hear this music again. I'm so glad because I love this song so much. Oh! That's gonna be really helpful. That's gonna be very, very helpful. Let's go for some... get Guess we'll find out what these Lombres end up doing. Don't think Reflect will be all that useful. I'll just go for a double target here. I don't need to worry too much about double targeting things, because let's just say that Miror B does have something new and special, but it's not like that matters. Anyway, that's one Lombre already down. These two do make kind of a good pair, one of them lowering the special defense so the other can use a powerful psychic. And of course, another Lombre. Really? Yes! Yes! I'm so glad you did that. I was worried that you wouldn't for a second, but yeah, really this is just time to relax and enjoy the music, because, yeah, the music here is amazing. So yeah, that Mirror Radar, that's normally what happens if you missed a Shadow Pokemon. That'll tell you when he's appeared. But I'd forgotten, because this is actually the first time that I played this game and have not missed a single Shadow Pokemon. And I haven't even done that off camera either. I have legitimately not had any fail channel in this playthrough, which I don't want to... I'm probably speaking too soon by saying that, but, like, I actually haven't. I have not needed to restart at all. But, yeah, normally you will see that radar message sooner in the game. Wow, that did way less than I thought it would. Do either of you have Rain Dish? Well, if one of you does, it's someone with full HP. You know what, I'm just gonna go for Protect just to ensure that you gain some experience. I hate wasting Psychic like this, but I'm gonna have to. I still love how Protect looks in this game. Let's just hope that a non-crit... Although then again, yeah, crits are double damage in this gen, so a non-crit Water Gun is... might KO Lyra? We'll see. But anyway, you reach level 27. I still wish I had a good physical move for you, but that might come later. Nose Pass! That's not something you see Miror B using often. Yep, it's a Shadow Pokemon, and we can't get it at this point in the game. So, remember what I mentioned before that you will... yeah, of course. Remember what I mentioned before that you will... The bare minimum times that you have to fight Miror B in one playthrough is 4. So, this is why. You fight Miror B twice as forced fights during the story, but if you want to get all the Shadow Pokemon, you are forced to track him down exactly once. Because unlike Zook, who, well, I mean, I probably shouldn't be saying this now, but we will be fighting Zook again very soon. But Miror B, in order to have a chance at getting this Nose Pass again, we actually need to track him down with the Mirror Radar. And that is, if you're doing a perfect playthrough, the one and only time in the entire game where you're required to do that. So, bear that in mind. You actually do need to track him down with the Mirror Radar once. So, I think I'll be doing that... I'll say after we get the Snag Machine back. After we get the Snag Machine back, I think I might do that, and I'll also take that time to do a couple of side quests, like the one with Bonsly. Well, that's pretty much the only side quest that I have. Actually, there's also going back to Gate and Port and answering the, Anyway, there's like kind of a quiz thing there involving the novel that the NPC promised that she'd write for us. Well, write about us. What to do here? I kind of want that Lombre gone, but Miror B does have 3 Pokemon left, so it'll be replaced with another Lombre immediately. Guess I could just try and get rid of that Nose Pass. Yes, it pains me to have to knock out a Shadow Pokemon, but it's the only way now. Kind of annoyed that I lost my Swift Swim copier. Wow. Yeah. Well, I mean, that's Flareon special defense for you. Even in rain, that barely did anything. And Nose Pass is now gone. It's kind of sad that I've had other Pokemon Crunch for a long time, but Flareon is stuck with Bite because it's Flareon. We all know Flareon isn't allowed to get good moves. Oh, Ludicolo. I had a feeling he had at least one at this point. Thankfully, the rain is gone, but that won't last very long. That was kind of an unintentional rhyme. Anyway, I want to try and Fire Blast that Ludicolo. Let's see if we can just get rid of it, because it's going to be a pretty big threat if rain goes up. But yeah, finally Miror B is using Ludicolo's, like he should be. I had a feeling I'd miss there, and rain's gone back up. Pfft. Well, Miror B is still doing that, I see. Yeah, his AI hasn't improved all that much, I guess. Now, if I Mach Punch it again, I think Fire Blast should still be enough to finish it off. But it is probably going to go first with Swift Swim. Well, it only has Water Gun. It's going to be hitting quite a bit harder than those Lombres are, and you're going to be double targeting me, aren't you? Yeah, it's weird. The AI is kind of smart about super effective moves sometimes, but other times, not so much. Let's... either of you is fine. I have noticed that my team overall is starting to do pretty badly in a lot of fights at this point in the game. That will change when my Pokemon evolve, and that's going to be quite soon. Like, at the moment, I don't really have that much that's particularly amazing besides Ricky, so... that will change. But I'll have to bear with it until around level 30. And there's that classic spin fainting animation. Doesn't feel like Ludicolo's fainting animation got much shorter since Colosseum, now that I think about it. Maybe I should have taught someone Sunny Day to counteract this rain. Anyway, it's a little late for that now. Let's just finish off this fight. And you're in perfect range for another Mach Punch. They also changed the rain animation in XD compared to Colosseum, and I think it looks a lot better, personally. Anyway, let's finish you. Once again, Disco has been defeated. But we'll have to track him down again pretty soon. Because obviously we want that nose pass. Miror B is still great. And it's a shame that if you snag every Pokemon the first time you see them, you're not going to be seeing him very much. And there they go. Admittedly, that fight has no real reason to be there for the purpose of the story, and all it does is just troll you by showing another Shadow Pokemon, but... I don't know, I still kind of like the fact that you get a second Force fight with Miror B. So in here, we have the news again. They're always a little bit late. We discovered that much earlier. Well, there you have it. That's their motive. Anyway, for now, the person we want is right here, but I just want to talk to everyone else. To make them into Shadow Pokemon, maybe? People are a little bit clueless around here sometimes. Well, I doubt running through the desert is fun. Kind of feels like, I am at this point in real life, seeing as also that line is pretty great. And there's this guy. You might recognize him from Colosseum. Anyway, it's incredibly hot where I live at the moment. So, yeah. I suppose so. We'll see. Okay, I'm still pretty badly damaged. I think I will... maybe go ahead and use some revives. You might notice here that I have 30 Poké Snacks. There's a reason for that. I want to get all 3 spots stocked with 10 snacks for the Bonsly quest. That'll come later, though. So this guy sells Pokeballs like before, but this time you can buy them at more places in the Ore region. He does sell some types of Pokeballs that you can't get elsewhere, though. Netballs, Nest Balls, and Timer Balls. Timer Balls can be useful in long boss fights. Nest Balls are absolutely terrible. The only time they're better than a regular, like, I think even a regular Pokeball is... you're better off using any other Pokeball unless you're fighting something level 20 or below, and we're past the point in the game where we're encountering anything that level, so, well, except for wild Pokemon, so guess they can help catching wild Pokemon, but, I don't know, they're still pretty useless. Netballs, though, are actually very good to have. Once I get more money, I'll buy more of those, because in the next major Cypher area we go through, there are actually a lot of water and bug types. Netballs are a ×3 catch rate against Bug and Water Pokemon, so better than an Ultra Ball. Anyway, here's Hordell, finally. So, yeah, kind of funny that Cypher didn't check this place, because this is pretty much the first stop of their previous archenemy. Cypher's Key Lair, so that's what that place we were just at is called. I guess we do have that whole Redeem Cypher member arc that I was really hoping would happen with Naps earlier. I still wish that happened with Naps. That was kind of a missed opportunity, in my opinion. So yeah, they've got a ton of Shadow Pokemon. And he managed to escape with just one, a Shadow Togepi. Unfortunately, we don't have any room in our party for it, so if we say yes here... yeah, our party is full. I suppose, though, I can show this Togepi's bio now, because it's actually kind of special. This Togepi. I have been waiting a long time to talk about this Togepi. Remember how I said back at the end of Colosseum with that game's Shadow Togetic, how if you wanted a Togetic to transfer forward to later generations, you would want to wait for XD? Here's why. I'll just start off this bio by saying, this Togepi/Togetic is a terrible Pokemon for XD's main story and I would not recommend using it. But when it comes to Pokemon that are valuable to transfer forward to Gen 4, this XD Togepi is absolutely amazing. So, firstly, you want to make sure you get it with Serene Grace. Make sure you save before talking to Hordell so he doesn't give you one with Hustle, because Hustle is terrible. Now, moves. This Togepi as a Shadow Pokemon starts out with Shadow Rave, the more powerful version of Shadow Wave. It's still not going to be that good because Togepi is kind of pathetic offensively. On Purification though, you regain Ancient Power, which is great with Serene Grace because it gives you a 20% chance of raising all your stats. Helping Hand, which is also a pretty great move. Follow Me over Shadow Rave, which is pretty decent. Sometimes you see Togekissers use this in double battles. But the real reason this Togepi is so special is its XD exclusive move, which, in a rare example of an attacking XD exclusive move, is Tri-Attack. Tri-Attack is not too impressive in this game. Normal type moves are all physical, and Togetic is a pretty poor physical attacker. But transfer up to Gen 4 and evolve into Togekiss. Now you have a very strong special attacker, with a move that gets Stab, is special, and has an increased chance of burning, paralyzing, or freezing. Oh, not to mention, Togekiss also gets Nasty Plot. Back in the days of Gen 4 and 5, this specific Togepi was amazing in competitive battling, because Tri-Attack was a fantastic move for Togekiss that it would not normally have access to. These days though, Togekiss is now Fairy type, which means Tri-Attack has lost its Stab. It's still an alright move, but it's not the best thing in the world. This Togepi does its best in Gen 4 or 5 competitive, not 6 or 7. I guess I could talk about other moves that it learns. Encore is a decent move, though you'll need the move relearner to get it. Wish at level 31 is also pretty good, as is Safeguard, though you can probably just use the TM for that. Speaking of TMs, you've got quite a few special moves that are, well, better if you transfer forward and actually become a good special attacker. Water Pulse, Psychic, Shockwave, Flamethrower, Fire Blast. Yeah, for some reason this thing gets Flamethrower. And Light Screen, I guess, is a support move. Sky Attack I'm just listing because it's an option, but don't teach it to Togetic because 40 base attack, not worth it. Thunder Wave is very good though, especially if you transfer this Togetic forward, evolve it into Togekiss, and you can get a very, very irritating Paraflinch combo. Though I wouldn't recommend wasting your Thunder Wave move tutor in that case, because Thunder Wave is a TM in later gens. So overall, this Togepi is fantastic if you want a competitive Togekiss for Gen 4 or 5. But it's not so good for XD's main story. Also, transferring it forward means you're kind of a jerk and are taking it away from Hordell permanently. Hordell actually wants this Togepi back, and after it's purified, you can give it back to him. If you do so, Hordell has a special reward for you, as long as the Togepi or Togetic you gave him used to be a Shadow Pokemon. You can actually give him just a regular Togepi or Togetic if you leave this until after you've beaten the game and have unlocked trading, but doing so will give you a lesser reward. So, what is the reward? It's Zaprong the Elekid, and it's actually not a bad electric type. For the main storyline, I'd say this is the better deal. The main draw of Zaprong is that he has a really good starting moveset. Fire Punch, Ice Punch, Thunder Punch, and Cross Chop will pretty much last you until the very end of the game. There's really not much more you could want on an Elekid / Electabuzz. And Zaprong also is a great Pokemon to transfer up to Gen 4, because this moveset is pretty close to what you'd want on a competitive Electivire, minus maybe Earthquake. Also, as a traded Pokemon, Zaprong will gain more experience. Now, it's classified as a baby Pokemon, which means its stats are going to be very bad until it evolves. But, unlike most baby Pokemon, it doesn't evolve based on happiness. You just need to get it to level 30, which is admittedly a long way off, but with the experience share, that shouldn't be too hard. Upon evolution into Electabuzz, it becomes a decent mixed attacking Pokemon, being fairly fast, having a decent special attack stat, and an okay attack stat as well. For level up moves, you really don't have that much. You've got Thunderbolt and Thunder later on. Those will be good to replace Thunder Punch with if you're just playing for XD, because Thunder Punch being special in Gen 3 means that Thunderbolt is objectively better than it. You have a pretty big assortment of TM moves though. You've got your standard electric type things like Thunderbolt, Thunder, Rain Dance, Light Screen, but you also have some other unique options, particularly Psychic. It's a bit of a weird move that Electabuzz learns, but it is nice with its good special attack. Brick Break you probably don't need if you start with Cross Chop though. For tutor moves, Body Slam and Double Edge work okay with your attack stat, and you also have Thunder Wave for status support. Now, before you decide on using Zaprong, I should point out one thing. You will be getting a Shadow Electabuzz later in the game, but it doesn't come until almost the end, so Zaprong may be more useful overall. As I said, I would recommend going with Zaprong over Togepi for main story play, but for transfers, the Togepi is just insanely amazing. Though if you like Electivire, Zaprong's pretty good for transfers too. Fun fact, if you look way back at my YouTube channel, you'll see I have some early Pokemon Battle Revolution Wi-Fi battles. The Electivire that I used on my first team, that is Zaprong, Hordel's Elekid. I happened to get one with a jolly nature and very good IVs, so I thought I might as well transfer it forward. One last thing to mention though, remember how I said that Hordel will accept any Togepi or Togetic, but only ones that were formerly Shadow Pokemon will give you the special Zaprong? If you trade Hordel a normal Togepi or Togetic, Zaprong will just have Elekid's normal level up move for this point. Definitely not as useful. Anyway, upon leaving we get an email. Thankfully, we've located Team Snag'em now. They're at their old hideout. Of course they are. And we know that Gonzap is still the leader, so we're probably going to have to fight him sooner or later. Hordel knows where they are, so he can also point us in that direction. Our map is getting pretty crowded now. And if I remember right, if we go to leave... Remember that guy from back in there? Yep, it's Rider Willy, our old friend from the days of Colosseum. Yeah, let's do it, for old time's sake. Just like old times. And, just like old times, we get this battle theme! This song is amazing, and I'm so glad that you have an opportunity to hear it again in XD. He still has his Zigzagoons. I really shouldn't be talking over this song, but it's... I love they brought this song back! And I love how it's basically Rider Willy's theme now. Well, I mean, I know I played for Justy, but seriously, screw that guy. Willy, at this point, is a little weaker than Miror B was, so... I don't know, this isn't exactly a tough fight, but it's just a fun callback in general. So, let's just, punch some raccoons, I guess. Well, at least you have Linoons, I was hoping you did. Well, I guess that one Fire Blast miss was a bit of an outlier. That's kind of overkill, but, well, I mean, Fire Blast kind of is at this point. Level 28, though, is sort of nice. Though Flareon really will not learn any good level up moves for pretty much ever. The next best thing he gets is Flamethrower, and, well, I already have Fire Blast, so there's not much point. Now, I don't think these Linoons will go down to one Mach Punch. They will probably go down to one Fire Blast, though. We'll see. Oh, I was almost wrong. Sounds weird to be overjoyed at being almost wrong, but, yeah, that could be a flinch, too, especially if you go for a double headbutt, which you might be doing. Okay, well, you went for them on different targets. I thought so. That's fine. Actually, no, I'll quick attack you and I'll Mach Punch the other one. A Helping Hand and Mach Punch would definitely KO now that I think about it, so I could have gone for a Helping Hand Mach Punch on the other one. Just pronounce it Helping Hand there. But this achieves the same effect. I get rid of one life. I guess I wouldn't really be able to do this even with a good damage roll. Right, I think I'm going to get Leviathan out of there, because I'm pretty sure I know who that's targeting, and I could be a troll here. But yeah, you know what, maybe I shouldn't. Let's just go for, well, if I'm slower, I'll actually get the paralysis in. It's weird how cool the Great Ball standout animation looks in this game. Normally, Great Balls don't look all that impressive in terms of the animation they do. And it turns out that I actually am slower, so I do get the stun spore in. But it's not really going to matter, because I'm just going to Mach Punch it next turn. After the surprising amount of trouble I had against Miror B, this fight was a nice breather. I like that. And it's great hearing this music again. Oh, not quite enough for a level up. And now Ryder Willy has an overly dramatic fainting animation. He still says pretty much the same quote, though. The outskirts down looks so small from the arena angle. And he still says the exact same line. Oh, and Meowth is ready to be purified. So with that, I think that's all that I have time for this time. Next time, we'll be heading to Team Snag'em's hideout. So, see you then.